21.9 miles per hour. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Dolphins, nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Tua sets up to pass it. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. A gain of 6 there on first. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. They're going deep for Hill. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. Oh, and now some space to operate. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. Nothing to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Dolphins, nothing.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as as he'll punt it away for the second time. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Room here to run. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 93 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Taylor fights him off. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0.
Dolphins, nothing.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10. They're on 17-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket, no. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Looking to pass. Tua. On the screen, this is Edmonds. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Dancing to his left. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Quite a decision there on 4th down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points. And following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
121 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And some room to maneuver. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Indianapolis. So there, Charles, I mean, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To a hit, and the ball is out. And the Colts pick it up. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Second and 7. Out of the gun, McDonald. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. 20. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Miami. And people still trying to get back to their seats from the concession stand here at the start of the 3rd quarter. And boom, we got points on the board.
And you just identified why the bulk of stadiums have increased presence in the concession areas, right? TVs, loudspeakers, so people can still follow the game. And right now, they're bummed out that they missed that big return to start this half.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's McDonald to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At their 48-yard line.
Again, it's Taylor. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Boy, 194 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign. McDonald. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 30. 32-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
First down, Dolphins.
On first down, Tagovailoa. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Play action. Now it's Tua. And that's complete to Shepard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screen play is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Corey Willis. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
There he goes left side. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Corey Willis. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, winding that margin a bit further.
The bench just yet. If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, He's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? A big play there for the Dolphins. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It's hauled in by Shepard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. 2 and a throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Quiddy Pay in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the 1st down sack. Tua. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, it's Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. On play action, here's Tua. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never play their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Colts are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided from the get-go. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look,
and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Julian Blackmon, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Second down, another run with Taylor. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They run once more with Taylor. Finding room to the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And As great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Igbenogany going to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes